You ever notice how guys love to be first? We need it so bad. Did you do a good job? Doesn't matter. I was first. Take Christopher Columbus. He discovered a country where people already lived, but he said he was first, so he gave him a parade. This is fucked up, right? Did you ever notice how if a guy's about to do something first, we're all drawn to that activity? It's like our parents said. If all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump too? No! I can't be first. Fuck them kids. And why do we have to be the first to comment on everything? Take your time. What's the top comment on every YouTube video? That's not a racial epithet. It's first.
Welcome to All Caps. Woo! I'm coming to you. No applause. I don't deserve the applause this week. I'm speaking to you now from solitary confinement at the federal Twitter jail where I've been staying for the last 48 hours because I got by the following tweet that says, free agent forward DeMar DeRozan, spells his name wrong, which I didn't catch, has agreed to a 2-year, $60 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers, sources tell The Athletic at Stadium. And they got me. It should be a lesson to all of us. I'm sorry to everyone who ever loved me. I think this is the end of everything. And to quote a Tim Robinson sketch, I don't want to be here anymore. Free agency, woo! I love it. It's the best. Tampering, it doesn't happen. It never happens. It only happens if a small market team does it and does it in such a way that the NBA kind of gets like embarrassed by the fact that they don't enforce the rules, and then they will do something such as when they docked the Milwaukee Bucks a second round pick because they were, I guess, negotiating with Bogey Bogdanovic before the deadline. That's all. How about the Lakers? The Lakers are old. You're going to hear that a lot. So the Lakers added Dwight Howard for the third time. The Dwight Howard trilogy is complete. We may go into prequels at some point, but like the first part of the story is done. Who would have ever guessed after the way Dwight left the first time with like billboards up begging him to fucking stay, and then he left, that he would come back 2 more times, each time more goonish and more of a shadow of himself than before. And now he's back. He joins Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, fucking Bazemore is the Laker, Malik Monk, which is like, people should be mad that the Lakers got Malik Monk. Every other team, how could you let the Lakers land Malik Monk? And Kendrick Nunn, which is great. And Melo! Folks, the banana boat has been reconstituted. Carmelo Anthony will join the Lakers. He will, I don't know, come off the bench. He will point at his own forehead after making a 3. He will warm up in a hoodie, and it'll be fantastic. I will buy a Melo Lakers jersey, and I'm excited. Everybody will tell you that the Lakers are old. Let's see how old they are. The Lakers are definitely like make a sound when you sit down old. That's a telltale sign of you're getting there. LeBron is make a sound when you sit down. Anthony Davis got there early because of all the dings and like various creaks and things. He's only 28, the youngest member of the Lakers currently. Well, youngest important member of the Lakers currently. But I think he probably makes a sound. Dwight Howard certainly makes a sound. Russell Westbrook, he just like makes an angry face probably. They're going to be a story. I don't know if they're going to be good. We'll end up penciling them in for a Western Conference Finals for sure. What about the Miami Heat? The Miami Heat added both of Kyle Lowry's butt cheeks. It was rumored that they would get at least one of them. Would they get them both? Yes, they did get them both. They got both buttocks of Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker. Here's the starting 5 for the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry plus the bud. Duncan Robinson, who like 5 years ago was not on any NBA team's radar and now just signed a $90 million contract. Here is Duncan Robinson's LinkedIn. Miami Heat guard forward, full-time product development intern at Virtual Repetition. That's so... This guy was an intern at a media company in Ann Arbor 4 years ago, and now he's got 90 stacks. I'm proud of him. Jimmy James Butler, coffee entrepreneur. PJ Tucker, who apparently got lowballed by the world champion Milwaukee Bucks, who felt that wallet tightening once again and did not offer him the bag. PJ Tucker goes to Miami. Here is Frank Madden, a notable Bucks fan, co-host of Locked On Bucks. All week, the talk had been that Bucks were prioritizing PJ Tucker, and we were willing to pay upwards of $10 million next year. Judging by PJ's latest IG, sounds like ownership changed their minds. This is my favorite leap from Peter Sauer, and and they want to be our senator. I think that's my favorite, that this could hurt Alex Lassery's Senate hopes. Not reciting. Imagine Alex Lassery on the debate stage and then someone being like, how can we expect you to fight for Wisconsin if you won't fight to pay PJ Tucker what he is worth on the open market? I yield my time. Fuck you. Here is a tweet from 2010. Now everybody want to play for the Heat and Lakers. Let's go back to being competitive and going at these people. People's minds change. Are you the same person that you were 11 years ago? Everybody who is resurfacing this and saying, ha, KD changed his fucking mind, huh? Guess what? People change their minds. The world fucking changes. It's still really funny that he did this. Remember like late Trump Twitter where it's like, there's a tweet for everything. Trump would say something and like, I want to eat out an alien's butthole. I want to just get it. If aliens have butts, I want to crack those cheeks and put my face in there. And then they'd find a Trump tweet that was like, I will never eat out an alien's ass, ever. I feel like we've reached that level with KD.
You ever notice how we always want to know how much a guy's making and for how many years? We need to know this information for some reason. You heard the Bulls gave Lonzo $85 million? 85? How many years? 4 years. Are you fucking kidding? And what would it be like if we didn't know this information? Hey, you heard the Bulls gave Lonzo a great press conference and a hearty handshake? Wow. Who are you? Doesn't it seem like TV network could use this information to boost ratings also? Like, what are they doing? You know? Could be like, tonight on ABC, we've got Bucks versus Suns, Game 5, but stay tuned, because after the game, we're going to rob Chris Middleton.
Big news on the Knicks front. So, for the first 24 hours of free agency, it seemed like the Knicks' big move was bringing back many of their existing players for big money and then adding Celtics legend, Magic legend, France legend, Evan Fournier, and his super sus fade that actually the barber does like a really great job. He's full balding, but the barber somehow makes it all fade. I thought that was an upgrade, but it was kind of boring, right? The Knicks spent a lot of money and they added Evan Fournier, which is good, but you could say like the Heat got better, the Bulls got better, the Atlanta Hawks, just by staying the course, got better because they took a leap over the playoffs. Well, guess what? Kemba Walker is coming home. Shams Charania reports Kemba Walker is finalizing a buyout contract with the Thunder, and the New York Knicks will sign the four-time NBA All-Star as a free agent, sources tell The Athletic. Fantastic. The Oklahoma City Thunder would love to not be all about winning games right now. They have a lot of young guards, SGA, Lou Dort, who need playing time. Let them develop. Buy out Kemba Walker. It makes perfect sense. The Knicks get Kemba Walker for basically a steal. It's a massive upgrade over Elfrid Payton, a point guard who literally fell off the bottom of the stat sheet. Like fell off the bottom, all the way off the bottom, then came out and peeked up like a little submarine and was like, is it still shitty down here? Yes, I'm going back down, and then has not been seen since. The fact that I will be watching Kemba Walker and not Elfrid Payton next season is fantastic. Julius Randle re-signs with the Knicks for a 4-year, $117 million extension. This is well below what you would expect his market rate to be for an all-NBA listed player. He could have taken this year and then opted out next year for a max contract upwards of $200 million. He decided to put his trust in the organization. One might argue that if you look at the recent history of the New York Knicks, maybe that trust from Julius is misplaced, but this is a fantastic piece of business, and it's just weird as a Knicks fan having a competent front office. I don't know how to feel about it. What about the Bulls? The Bulls, moments after the moratorium lifted, signed Lonzo Ball to a 4-year, $85 million deal in a sign and trade from the Pelicans. They also add Laker legend Alex Caruso, one of the great balds in recent memory. Who's doing bald better than Alex Caruso right now? Woody Harrelson?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is not doing bald well.
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock's gotta be at the top of the list still, right?
The Rock is good. Bezos, if anything, is copying The Rock, because Bezos' thing is like, if I take a lot of HGH and get huge, people will love me. If you're 40 plus and you're putting on muscle, guess what? That's not creatine, folks. That physically can't happen unless you are injecting like rhino testosterone into your fucking balls. That just doesn't happen. Jeff Bezos is juicing. They say a broken clock is right twice a day. That's a clock with the hands, not with the AM, PM, because then it would be only right once a day. But here is Skip Bayless being right. LeBron is going to miss Alex Caruso. I think that's true. Skip, you did it. Congratulations. What did the Pelicans do? The Pelicans lost Lonzo Ball. They add Devontae Graham, shoots threes, shoots a lot of threes. That's good. That's fine. Wizards legend Tomas Satoransky, fine. And Garrett Temple. Okay, I don't quite understand it, but here's a good one for Pelicans optimists. I think people are being too hard on the Pels right now. Did they send the best player in their deals away? Yes. If someone becomes available, we have so many chips to play with. That's always a fun one. It's like, yeah, these players aren't good, but like, we have stuff. Keep that energy. Don't be sad about your team. Take it from a Knicks fan. Do this. Does it look good right now? No. But put a good spin on it because that's mental health and you should prioritize that. Let's go to the Suns. It was unclear what Chris Paul would do. Chris Paul was a free agent. He opted out. There was some talk that he was gonna, in much like a LeBron move, use his leverage to be like, re-sign this guy, offer this, and then I will re-sign. Well, guess what? Chris Paul re-signs for a 4-year deal that could be worth as much as $120 million, tweets Adrian Woj, and just shouts to Chris Paul for signing for the amount of money that he is allowed to sign for because he specifically put this rule on the books. Here is Kurt Helen over at NBC Sports telling us about this thing that happened a few years ago. As president of the National Basketball Players Association, Chris Paul helped push the rarely discussed over 36 rule to become the over 38 rule in the new CBA. In essence, it means a team without bird rights can offer a 4-year contract to a player who will turn 38 during that contract. It's wild. Chris Paul basically wrote into the CBA, if Chris Paul is a free agent, you must pay Chris Paul $120 million. And then it happened. You can only respect the finesse. That's all.
You ever notice how everyone is moving to LA and Miami? LA, Miami, Miami, LA. All the free agents, 2 cities. I'm seeing contracts now that have stipends for swim trunks and hula hoops. Players just want to hula hoop, you know? They just want to relax. No player wants to play in a city that doesn't have like a big ass airport. Isn't it weird that all of Woj's sources work at the Weather Channel now? I feel like if I got signed by the Kings, I would just live in an Airbnb. I wouldn't sign with a team that hasn't held an Olympics before. Dude, fuck Cleveland. I feel like if I can't Airbnb my house quickly, I'm not playing there.
Okay, let's go to the score. Tyler Herro, sixth man of the revamped Miami Heat. You've seen him on Instagram. You've seen him on various social media platforms. You've seen him on the basketball court. You've seen him now on his own Instagram getting run by a child. Ooh! Yo, that was a dirty cross, though. I mean, boom! He got him. Tyler, that's also just bad. First of all, bad body positioning. Why are you reaching? Get in a fucking stance. Why are you chasing this kid? Like, get in a stance and just get in front of the rim. But Tyler did get fucking seared up by a child. This is on Tyler's Instagram. He gave this to his assistant and was like, yo, get this live. I'm about to clamp this fucking child up. Oh, no!
You think he remembers the crossover or the missed layup more when he's 30?
I think it's the cross. I think he's gonna be like, hey, remember that guy from the Jack Harlow song? I cooked him. I love this for the child. I hate this for Tyler Herro, but also like play defense and D up. I love it. LeBron shoves a fan. Okay, don't run up on famous people / LeBron James. What are you doing? Here it is. Yes, get away, sir. And also security, you're fired. If there is anybody mad at this, stop. Imagine you're LeBron James, you're one of the most famous people in the world. You don't know why the fuck people are running up to you. Oh, but he had his camera out. He clearly, you don't know that. If I'm an assassin, do I run up, with the knife out, being like, I'm gonna kill you right now? No, I run or walk up looking like a regular fan who's just gonna do something, right? You don't announce, bad intentions. LeBron is completely in his rights to push this guy away from him. This was a dangerous situation. What are you doing? Where are the bodyguards? This one bodyguard who shows up like late to the scene is like, oh my God, you're fired. You had one job, and that's literally keep people from running up on LeBron James. So do it. I love it. What is this? Oh, the beef is squashed. The beef is squashed between Joel Embiid and Andre Drummond. Here is Joel Embiid, who of course loves to troll centers, other people that he faces off against. I own a lot of real estate at Andre Drummond's head, and I'm on my way to build more. Hashtag bum. And now they are teammates. Well, I don't know if Joel Embiid has ever dealt with being on the same team as someone he doesn't respect before. It's going to be really tough for him. He's never had that experience before, being on a team with somebody who's just like likely to fail him in a clutch moment. Another person who is a notable player, a player whose names people recognize, who Joel won't be able to count on. I hope he can deal with that because that's new for him. I'm talking about Ben Simmons. Sorry, should I not do that?
A lot of us have been working from home the past year. I know it's stressing a lot of people out, but I personally love it because you ever notice how comfortable surroundings just make everything easier? Like when you gotta go to the bathroom at work, you got the boss, you got coworkers. Where is he? What's that smell? You're fucking gross. When you're home, you're in your own bathroom, right? And my coworkers are like, hey, dude, that's toilet paper on your shoe. And it doesn't look clean. I'll take the somber shits, you know what I mean? Like a somber shit. You can just shit in peace. That's the point of this. It's just like shitting in peace is like way more important than bonding with your coworkers.